Welcome back, everybody. Today is October 1st. I wanted to give you guys an update. I had a couple friends of mine wanting to see the progress, some family members, so I thought I would get in here. I know it's not a traditional day-by-day build vlog. Just know I've been working on it. I take about maybe 2 or 3 days off since the start of this project. Only yesterday was a complete day off. Other times I would come in and add some reinforcement, add some sheeting, behind the scenes things. Everything I've been doing for the most part was behind the scenes, except for the last 2 days before yesterday, because I was off yesterday. So got Jack and Sally up, got a few of the pumpkins up in the kids' room. I'm gonna walk through and show you all of that. So I'll kind of walk through in detail what I've done. In the back right there, trying to do a little bit of sheeting or siding, I guess it would be, trying to make it look like a little bit of siding. I'm gonna add some Elmer's glue and some white paint. Hopefully make it look a little bit more dilapidated. That's the plan. So let me kind of turn it around and start the process. Graveyard still, this will be the last thing. This is the physical outside graveyard that people are gonna see. We're in the queue, which is really messy, so I'm not gonna show that right now. But we have a little Leonard siding. Hi, little man. Say hi to the camera. There's Leonard. Okay, so the outside of the haunt. Oops. This is the outside of the haunt. This is what people are going to see while they're waiting to go in right there. We're going to have a cute little inflatable in the front. Again, this whole thing right now, until I tell you otherwise, is all super whimsical, super cute, just for the kids. Hopefully 3 and 4 year old and above will enjoy it all the same. Let me give us a better wide view. Here we go. So there's the siding going to fix. Still deciding if I'm going to do a foam board and put a sign or something else there. I have foam over there. So not sure what's going there. If you have any ideas, I'd love to hear them in the comments. But we're going to enter right through here. And again, nothing's decorated right now. Everything's kind of just staged and set up. Just put him up. My wife bought him yesterday at Target, or her, I guess. Again, Ultra Skelly is going to go back here. And then I did add these pumpkins here. So when the kids walk through, this will all be lit up for them to walk through and see all the pumpkins as they're coming across. And then this will lead into the pumpkin patch, so to speak, right here. It's going to be 3 real pumpkins that have an Atmos effect, making it look like they're talking and singing and all that right there. And then it's all covered by this mesh. Just got this at Dollar Tree mesh, and then Walmart pumpkins. So super cheap for all of this. And then that leads into Jack and Sally's room. Again, that's just a pass right now while I'm doing construction. Jack and Sally's room here. My daughter and son have me help set up Jack and Sally. My daughter Emmy's idea to put up all the cobwebbing here, which looks great. So good job, baby ghoul. Jack and Sally here. And then again, there'll be sheeting and everything else as we go. Stripe will be right here. I have a 80s trash can, just like the movie. And then Stripe will be here with Gizmo right in this section. And then there'll be sheeting up here, and that'll lead into Frankenstein and Frankenstein's bride. So I have them set up here. This is almost done, if I'm being honest. There's not a whole lot more I can put for the kitties. I'm hoping like the hand in the jar, and I'm hoping the brain won't be too bad, along with the little squishy eyeball. This is kind of scaring my daughter a little bit when you turn it on. It's scaring my daughter, so I've left it as just either on or off where they can control it. Also, back on all the animations, I didn't touch on every single animation. I'm gonna have either try me buttons, probably mounted somewhere where they can use it or what have you. But I'm gonna have either try me buttons, or I'm going to have step pads. So none of the animatronics in the kids section, including Ultra Skelly over there, none of these are going to go off. You can just look at them as a museum piece or as an eye, something to catch your eye, whatever you want to do. If you want to interact with them, I'll have step pads or buttons to turn each one on at your own pace. So if little ones are really scared, same with over here with Stripe, he'll have his own step pad, as well as Frank and the bride. So they will all have step pads. Nothing in here. And again, with this being on off, everything is going to be controlled. You can do what you want in there. And then this will be the exit. They'll exit into our home here this way. Or we have this up here, danger restricted. It'll be clearly more dangerous to come in through here. And then this is where the traditional haunt will start. And then this is going to be a black room. It's kind of evolving, but I think right now it's going to be a black chain room, I guess you would call it. There's a YouTuber I watch. His name is Ram. And he has a chain room. And I thought it'd be pretty cool for myself as well. So a little tip of the cap to Ram out there. So it's going to go through here in the chain room, have everything kind of dark. I put up a actual plywood roof on most parts. Try to add a little bit of sheeting. Hopefully it's doing like exactly as it is. Hopefully it does a little bit of breathing at night. Hopefully make it a little more spooky. And then I have this one also breathing as well. So hopefully it makes it a little more spooky. And then the chains will all be throughout this hall. And then as you pass this room will be the kanji room. Japanese kanji banners will be all throughout here. Hopefully the people get a little disorientated walking through all the turns in here. It's not just a straight hallway. And then there'll be a, right here, empty soul girl on the swing. She'll be right up here on this bar right here. And then my idea is to have her facing away. So you just see like black hair, little scary girl, just black. So as you've made your way through the kanji banners all up above, you finally pass through, then you should see this scary girl right here. Hopefully it's a reasonable scare for just being a silly little prop. We'll see if I can make it right. And then we come into the zombie apocalypse here. This is going to be electrified corpse is going to be up in this section here, along with these live wires, so that everything will be going off. I'll have a zombie display coming through the window, and then I'll have another zombie prop hanging up here. Hopefully another one here, and maybe one more. I have a fence zombie. I'll have to see if I can get them all in here without just putting them in here for the sake of putting them in here. And then we're going to pass over to the cemetery, which is here. And so then I have the tree's kind of fallen over right now. I just leaning it so it's not hurting anything from the wind. But I have this cemetery all set up right here. Beetlejuice. I'll have a Beetlejuice sign up on that wall. And then Beetlejuice will go in that back corner where it's empty. This tree is obviously going to be sat upright. This tree I'm going to confiscate, and my daughter wants to use it for Jack and Sally. So no problem letting her do that. And then this will be the dinosaur location. Velociraptors and whatnot going that way. So let me walk you through. That'll be the screen right there. Hopefully a little bit more design like a Jurassic Park enclosure. We'll see how far I can get on that. The other option, again, like I explained in another video, if they're afraid of spiders or don't want to go through spiders, they can avoid this room here, which will be spiders, and then go through the Jurassic Park area. Otherwise, those not afraid can go through this spider den that I have set up here. Quite a few layers. I don't know if it all shows up on the camera, but there's at least 3 layers to everything. And then I'm going to have these lanterns right here. These will be hung up on the various little posts that I have here. I have them all throughout there, so there'll be 3 of them. I think that's going to be enough for this space. One on the end, one in the middle here, and then one at the end. So they'll walk through all of this. Hopefully I'm able to mask the jumping spider enough to where he'll come out right as you're kind of crossing this threshold. I'm going to time it to get him to come out right here. You're going to have to watch your head on this. A little bit of a ducking through the sheeting. And again, dinosaurs here. If you wanted to come back and take a peek, you certainly could. Otherwise, it would lead into swamp. And then I have built some vines. Let me show you. Just vines from Amazon. And then just a rope also from Amazon and some brown caulking here. So super simple. Still have the squishy bridge from last year. If you hadn't seen it, this is like an uneven floor squishy bridge. My little man following me around. And then I have him, Mr. Deadwater Fisherman. So he'll be there with Leonard. He'll be right over here in the corner. I'll have a very small dock. Nothing cool, nothing crazy. but there will be a dock right here, hopefully a backdrop, and then the vines coming down, lots of greenery. Hopefully just try to make it as green and lush as possible. Go through the sheeting here, go through the shredding right here, and that'll lead you into the troll section. So there's plenty of space. I don't know if it looks like it, the trees are kind of right up in you, but you actually have plenty of space. I can walk to the back corner. I have lots of space to walk around and avoid the trees and be safe. So they'll be able to walk all the way around the trees, even in this corner if they're really afraid, and then Tumble the troll will be right here. I'm actually in the process of building him. That's his box there. It's pretty large. I have his pieces I'm working on. And then there he is, right there. So I'm going to build him in there, right there. And then once you go through there, you'll have more shredding right here. And then this opens up to the witch's room. So we've moved Terrifier to the outside exit. Terrifier is no longer going to be right here. We've opened this up completely. Excuse me. So now you have a larger witch's room to go through. And then there's going to be an unliving portrait right there that every haunter seems to have, or you got to kind of your rite of passage to put one up. So that's going to go right there. I can't really get through because of the troll. There's not much more of it. As you can see, it's just a blank hallway. But that'll be all the witch's room. The rest of the hallway is going to be more like haunted mansion banners, some lights, nice decorations. And then you'll exit kind of where we started. And Terrifier will be right there, right at the end of the haunt for the scare, leading you into the graveyard, which you can see through the window right there. That'll be the graveyard right out there. And then you'll end up going out and either requeuing or going in for the day. So that's it. That's all we've done so far. Thank you so much for watching this far. Appreciate you all. Sorry it's not a day-by-day build vlog, but again, a lot of the stuff I've been working on has been running wire, running behind the scenes. Up, right? Just wire running kind of everywhere. So nothing terribly exciting, but taking me 30, 40 minutes to 2 hours to do these different tasks, but won't show up on video. That's all. Gonna have to pick up the kids pretty soon, so I think this is gonna be the video for the day, unless I make a whole lot of progress, or unless Dexter grabs the video camera or the phone and makes another vlog for later. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll update you as soon as I have something worth updating. Take it easy, guys.